Hello. All right, wait a second. Before we're gonna be able to start like Black Widow and all that, right? We're gonna talk about Black Widow today, and thank you so much for coming on in. Yeah, we're talking about Black Widow. Like, uh, yep. How do you do that again? Uh, there's this thing. Uh, uh, there you go. I miss you. I miss you. Okay. Yeah. Gonna be busting on some tunes. Wait. Well, this is only for the live ones anyway. So for the live one, we're gonna be talking about Towacha Mume cover. What? That's crazy. Martin Garrix repeated like. Let's see here. Let's just go with the big mixes. Uh, Contemporary R&B. The Kendesa. Okay, let's go with this one. This one seems nice because it looks female and women. Yeah, it looks women. Yeah, because it's like a women time. Okay. When it comes to like Black Widow, the thing that we need to be able to like understand here, well, why not take it from a why not explain? Why not let the female experience be explained by a man? Okay, no. It's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be. Let's just equate it to one thing and one thing only. It's just, is it as a person? Is it like a good to see her as a person, not just a woman, right? I guess to be able to like identify or see Black Widow as a person in this freaking movie, and it's not just about being a woman, anyways. The movie is about family, right? And there's like much more like other freaking things or the conversations in there that does let's explain that for specific things for Black Widow. So where we at? Is it like playing? Wait, let me see. How we doing? Fine. Yeah, I can think we're doing fine. Oh, I think we're doing fine. I think we're doing pretty fine and dandy when it comes to like everything else that's going on. So yeah, what's the start of the freaking Black Widow? The Black Widow movie take took place, right. It took place in right after Civil War and before Endgame, before Infinity War. It took place in that freaking area to be able to explore and like say, hey, we have like a freaking we're trying to reach out to the female audience. We're for Marvel, like after 10 freaking years, right? Then decided to reach out. Well, I mean, if you're. Anyways, alright, when it comes to Black Widow, what is it that talk about Black Widow? What is it that it is there? So, like, at the beginning of Black Widow, we get to understand her being chased by Everett Ross, and this explanation what's going on when this fight between Everett Ross, or like she's looking out for herself, running away from Everett Ross, and all those freaking things, running away from everybody. But yet, we get to, well, we get to explore that and a little bit more when it comes to the earlier freaking days of her freaking life. Actually, it starts off with the earlier days of her freaking life and how she was like, she has this family that was like brought up as like sleeper agents for the Russian government. They were like sleeper agents. You have Red Guardian being himself and like this mother. They were like a family for like 3 years. And then after that, they was able to let go of it and get to basically like go back to freaking Russia, and then as they were brought back there, they became agents for the Red Room, right? They were like widow agents, as the Red Room like made them. That's what happened to Natasha, Yelena. Who the fuck is Alexei and Melina? Hmm. Those are like the main characters in this freaking movie are the entire freaking family when it comes to freaking Black Widow. And when it comes to freaking family, she just came from a broken freaking family, right? Her family just broken up, like a current freaking family, which is the Avengers. In fact, like, and then understanding that they have like a second one that he needs to freaking take care of or like understand. And it's a good freaking setup for this like standalone movie to explore, to not to just like cut off the lot of superheroes and just like stabilize the freaking power levels in this like the combat and everything that's going on. It would be crazy if we have like Barton, but like Barton is in the freaking what they call this, in the raft. Barton is in the raft at the current situation. Yes, at the end of it though, yeah, when like Iron Man was like visiting the freaking raft, like you don't see Black Widow in there. Like, oh, the Black Widow and those who were left behind at the airport were arrested. Now, what's gonna go on next? Like I'm talking about like this freaking situation after Civil War. Okay, I just came up from a freaking long ass freaking walk, so my brain is kind of like mush, and trying to like understand and like completely switch from something to like this. After it is kind of crazy. I should have been like preparing myself for this freaking talk, but yeah, that was that. Yeah, we get to understand like she has a family and two freaking families, understanding what this family is. Well, she was like something that abandoned it completely, like forgot about it. Completely forgot about it. Forgot that, thought they were like freaking dead, or thought that they got out or something. What was it? What was the? Wait, let me just check. Let me just check for. Let me fact check myself. Black Widow. Let me fact check myself. What did she thought about? They were like ooh, where was this conversation? This conversation happened. Right. Okay, where was this? And this is crazy as freaking things. They're like crazy as things to be able to like talk about here. Like, well, number one, when it comes to the widows, right? When like understanding freaking widows, they are like uh they like understanding the freaking anatomy and how they freaking work. They destroy the entire uterus, and they cannot reproduce as freaking humans. They cannot get pregnant and all those freaking things. And when it comes to like this second generation, or like the generations of freaking Black Widows, are like this generation, or like the ones where that happened to Natasha was like something that psychological freaking training, or training for her to be able to like get out of. The next one was like it's no longer psychological. They literally cannot get out of freaking the commands. They cannot get out of there. That was happening to Yelena. But then there's this thing that happened to her when it comes to this freaking mission, that one of them was able to like formulate an entire antidote for the mind control that's going on when it comes to these freaking women. So yeah, and as a result, Yelena just sends like understanding like Natasha doesn't even know that the Red Room exists, right? The Red Room still exists, that all these freaking widow soldiers exist, and she was just on the run from Ross. And then getting after going for supplies for like a ransacked safe house for an RV for gonna get freaking gasoline, she was like blown up by the Taskmaster. And understanding the Taskmaster at this point, she was like a very crazy ass agent that is really freaking good, right? It's a complete freaking crazy ass mimic. Those who knows like when it comes to Taskmaster, he just copies freaking everybody's moves. And I was like really crazily excited when I saw the Taskmaster there, because like yes, there's somebody who's like a good villain for this freaking movie, like a combative or like a villain on the external methods of working things, right? Externalization, which means the physicality or like however bad everything is exerted in the material, in the material freaking situation, on the material freaking battles, to be able to like see it here as someone who can copy everybody's moves. It's just insanely crazy. And Natasha was able to like go and fight it, but it wasn't after her. It wasn't after her. It was after something that was like left off for her in the car. So it was going after that, and then she entirely get rid, run away with it. And then after that, she saw the freaking photo that has been kept for years and years on end by Elena. It's crazy, insane that it was like her entire freaking childhood. She like when it comes to Elena in this situation, she treats that 3 years as her entire freaking childhood. That was her reality. It was real for her. Like understanding if this was just a mission or it was it like actual reality for everybody else, right? No, was it just a job, or was it like a real freaking thing? Same thing with the conversations of like going on or whatever is happening on another level of how she is like able to like, think about what's going on with the Avengers, right? Like, is it just are we treating each other just like a part of a freaking job, or are we something more than just a job? That's the question when it comes to this situation. Are they more than just a job, or are they more than just a mission to become a freaking family? And when it comes to Yelena, it's more than that. It was her entire anchor to whatever it is that is freaking real. Like it was, it was something that is just not taken from her. It was, yeah, it was an anchor for her to be able to like still keep her humanity left, or like a little bit of like whatever it is going on. And because after she was like the antidote was happened to her, she was like she ran away and was able to do things. So she was, the original freaking plan was to give it to Natasha, and Natasha will handle it, and like give it to like one of the Avengers, and the Avengers handle the Red Room, right? But in this situation, there is no Avengers. So what do we have? We have Natasha and Yelena, only these freaking two, and we're able to like have this goose chase or whatever. This wild goose chase. No, I don't think it's a wild goose chase. We have now a MacGuffin, or like a mission, or like a goal for this freaking two to be able to like team up and like work together and like find freaking things. And yeah, and it's a great way to be able to bond again after all these freaking years, to be able to like understand or like answer this question: was it just a mission, or was it real? So and in this situation, we get to be able to like find somebody who's like crazy as insane. Crazy, much more crazier in this situation is the as we move forward into the freaking movie. Yes, at the beginning we have this before their team up. There was this doubt when it comes to each other and and like fighting, and then they fought each other. Like Elena and like Natasha was able to fight each other, and then Natasha was choking Elena out, and she was like, "Yo," she was able to the first one to be able to give in, because like somehow family, and that's what older siblings do, I guess. Or like, is it just because she is family was able to like understand all those freaking things, right? It's able to like say and do those freaking things to her. And yeah, and that was that in this situation. We I get to be introduced with freaking Taskmaster, and then um after that Taskmaster, we're able to like go for the next freaking mission or the next goal of us to where to freaking find the red room and take it down. And no one who else to freaking ask this than Alexi, because Alexi is a Red Guardian, like somebody, the best bud of like the director or the general, right? The general, like I don't know what his name is. General freaking understanding the general, whatever it is that he has to do. And this freaking general is like, there's a questions like, this is what Yelena, this is what Natasha has to freaking kill before she like defected to freaking Shield, right? Before she defected to Shield, like all she has to do is freaking kill him, and she did freaking kill him, or like was able to blow up the entire freaking building and take down the entire turn down blow up an entire building down on one freaking person, which is the general, and in connection to the general, also including his freaking daughter, which is like eating at freaking Natasha in this situation. Like they somehow use his freaking daughter to be able to like do those freaking things, right? Like how cruel would that freaking be? Like on all those freaking things. She was able to do that to be able to defect the freaking shield. So that's why she was like very, very sure that the red room doesn't exist. The red room in this situation is, by the way, when it comes to understanding, I need to explain the red room. The red room is the a station or like a place. The red room is a place or a place to manufacture or to create more widows or black widows, like create more widows, people like Natasha. But this time, the red room, like they take down the red room by taking down the leader of the freaking red room, or the one in charge of it, which is this general. I don't know. I don't remember the general's name. So, oh, by the way, um, okay, I just have to like understand freaking things, because there are like situation in this red room freaking thingy. This is where they make the widows, and like we did it, was it explored like a little bit in Ultron when Scarlet Witch was like messing with everybody's heads, and we get to see a little bit of the red room there, but we don't see that much from freaking Black Widow in this situation. And so that's why they're going to like find the people in charge, and somehow this freaking general was like the general that they met when they escaped freaking the US when they were kids. And he's the one who was like able to like meet them, and he's like somehow like buddy with Alexi. And so the next freaking person that they need to understand to find the red room is to find Alexi. Maybe he freaking knows where the red room is. So in this freaking situation, they need a freaking jet, somehow a jet, but they got a chopper instead. A beat up freaking helicopter to like take out to prison break Alexei. Alexei is like a super soldier, Russian super soldier, which is the Red Guardian. Now he was like yeah, he was very very obsessed with his freaking status as a Red Guardian, and being trying to become trying to fight Captain America. I was like excited to fight Captain America and all those things. In this situation, when it comes to like, they really like, show like a lot of freaking Russian freaking side in this situation, but it feels like we don't see much of Russia's freaking politics in this situation, because it's an American freaking film, and the way Americans portray Russians is like this, right? And so they kept freaking they had to break him out of prison. Somehow he is in prison. Like Alexei is in prison all this freaking time, and they need to break him out, and he's so self-obsessed with himself that like the way for them to be able to like give a earpiece towards him is like give him a red guardian freaking toy. And so so with the red guardian freaking toy and all those freaking things, he was able to like get out of the freaking prison. But the prison break sequence in this situation is very fun. It feels like a fun freaking sequence to be able to see and be able to like have these freaking people like I have Yelena having like a like using a rocket launcher beating turning the like towards the beating down or like exploding beating down exploding a tower that has like an machine gun in it, like a huge ass freaking one. And Natasha or Black Widow like well, there's too many Black Widows there. So Natasha being able to like go to the like hang on the freaking helicopter and do some suspension of disbelief. This freaking scene near this freaking sequence. Yeah, I was pushing the limits of my this suspension of disbelief. But I was still freaking there to be able to like, oh, oops, look at that. Oh my freaking god, that machine gun didn't like blow up the entire engine of the helicopter. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, yeah. One of Black Widow was like kind of like that freaking situation. That was like fun to be able to like watch because we have like Alexi, which brings the freaking fun and everything. He brings the freaking comedy of what he does. As he like breaks down this freaking bear also in the freaking arm wrestling. Like Captain America was still on ice at 1980 something, at 1984. And freaking breaks his freaking arm. That was freaking fun to be able to like see all those freaking things about it. And so, uh, and continuation in continuation for like things better things or like a lot of crazier freaking things to be able to understand in this uh yeah, that was that. It was like great to freaking be able to watch their daughters freaking break their father out of prison, and then as he like was able to like go there and as able to like escape the freaking thing as the like avalanche came down on the entire freaking prison and then be escaping. It was like really freaking good. Oh yeah, by the way, when the widows were like there was this craziest immersion that they had, like trying to like really immerse in the situation that was like really freaking cool. That really like makes me feel like that makes my heart freaking sink. Was this in this situation or in this movie? There were like craziest immersion moments there. I was really shocked when they blew up the entire Budapest safe house. When Natasha and Yelena were like talking, they were conversing, and as they're conversing, there was like the timing of the bomb blowing up on this situation, and then the other widows coming in and like chasing them down. It's just crazy, insane. Now that part was like great. That was very well executed. I felt shocked. I felt well, I somehow like I was able to, this is a rewatch of the freaking movie, and then even though it's a rewatch, I'm somehow like I somehow felt yeah, I felt like a first time movie watcher in this situation as I was like watching this freaking part of the freaking movie. I felt like a first time movie watcher up to the freaking prison break scene. After the prison break area, the freaking prison break places, I was really stretching out my suspension of disbelief as to how far the movies break reality and be able to like create crazy ass freaking things in this situation. Like how real can things go, right? Yeah. But it was a fun freaking thing, and then they were like flying in this situation, and they crashed. Do we have like enough? We have enough fuel for freaking Moscow. And then no, they don't. And the helicopter freaking crashed, and somehow they was able to like survive the crashing of a helicopter on a hill. Yeah, and then they got out and they were able to like going into Melina, and Melina was like working on his freaking pigs, and she named one of them Alexi. Oh my god, there's this crazy ass freak, bro, bro. The craziest freaking things I have. I just got out of prison. I have so much energy. Oh my god. That freaking part, the dinner table conversations between these freaking two. In addition to Elena and freaking Natasha in there, like holy freaking shit. They were acting like a freaking family, and then it's like it's in this situation, my suspension of disbelief, right? It's like struggling with my suspension of disbelief. Now, things must be realistic and all those freaking things. But who cares? It's just a freaking movie, and then all those freaking things. But it doesn't. Was it really just a freaking movie? Is it really just a fucking movie, or is it really just like was it really just a freaking mission? And it's just in this freaking table scene, it is like that. There are layers like that are like going on in my freaking head as I was like exploring this, and then you see freaking Yelena who was like truly believing everything that happened was freaking real for her because that's all she ever had. I know she never had anything else. She never had an actual freaking childhood and all those freaking things. And like Natasha was there also, but she was able to like understand and all those freaking things. Like yeah, she was able to understand this, and she was like younger when they indoctrinated to the red room. But you know, this freaking dinner scene was crazy and saying that it's like that. And so we have like this freaking valid crash out from Elena as she goes into the freaking other room, and they split the freaking party and try to like create another conversation as to what it is going on when it comes to the freaking red room, right? And yeah, and we have Melina being able to like like show this freaking betrayal that freaking happened in the situation, that betrayed everybody because she like called already the red room, and the red room is coming in towards them. And because of that, she like, but before freaking that, before the betrayal that they like showed that she called the freaking red room, they had this deeper freaking connection as to what it is that's going on. Because was it really just the conversation of were they actually a family? Did they really try to become a family in this situation? And they did, and we saw this good ass freaking conversation, or the good ass scene when she was like explaining or like talking about the the photos that they had, the photo album that they had. Like somehow they spent uh summer, summer, Christmas, and Easter on the same freaking day. Like summer, Christmas, and Easter on the same freaking day, and they celebrated everything else. The boxes never meant anything. The boxes never had anything, but she treated it as if it was a present for the freaking thing because it was just written in 3 years. So they had somehow to be able to like rush and create all those freaking things together. Like why put in the effort to like spend all these freaking things and create memories like that with like your fake children? Why even create all those freaking things, right? Why even create all this? Why even? Why even like give advice? Why even give advice if it was all fake and fake? Why even give advice that it coming from their heart, really truly coming from their heart, and all those freaking things? Because one of Melena's freaking questions was like, "How did you keep your heart?" To freaking Natasha, and it was really good because Natasha explained like how did she keep her heart? She kept her heart because by following Melena's advice. That only the hard parts in freaking life, what makes them freaking stronger, and all those freaking things. That the pain that they endure, that's what's going to make them stronger. And that's like a really good freaking mother daughter situation. And then we go to the father freaking daughter situation. I just kind of will fucking laugh, and I like somehow this is how they portray a father figure in this freaking situation. when it comes to a freaking father figure. It's like uh, a father is somebody who would like piss and shit on your hands just for you to survive, just for you to survive a frostbite, just for you to like in the bigger things or in the bigger freaking picture of sign of freaking things, everything that they're freaking doing or everything in the father freaking doing, even though it feels like or looks like pissing or shitting at you or pissing at you, it's just for the sake of protecting you or being a father or truly trying to care for you and being able to like nurture you and all those freaking things. Yes, a lot of freaking fuck ups that have been shown in this situation when it comes to Alexi being a fuck up. Yes, like even him like you were explaining all these freaking things like it was just a big ass freaking chore for like we are just a freaking chore. It feels like you are showing and saying all these freaking things that you hate this freaking job of being a father and all those freaking things, and yet after all those freaking stuff, you still be able to like say still be able to know his child's favorite song, right? And still has a freaking fuck up and all those freaking things, but yeah, it's still her father. There's a lot of freaking fuck up freaking things in that situation, but it is still her freaking father. And yeah, and then the red room came down. Red room, red room came down in this situation and just like abducted or like subdued everybody else, and yeah, because she called the freaking red room, and the red room came. Red room came. There was like. Yeah, it will take more to take down the Red Guardian, and then there's like a shit ton of freaking darts that are just like directed at him. Uh, and so that was that. That was that situation in there when I consider this the entire Red Room in the barn. This is barn farmhouse. The farmhouse sequence or the farmhouse scenario or the farmhouse sequence. The farmhouse sequence was fun. Or the farmhouse location was entire freaking fun to be able to see. And then like Melina was like explaining so much that they control you so freaking hard. Like somehow Melina is like still working when it comes to the general. What is his name? I don't know. And then she was like working. Oh, let me just like look it up. Let me look at uh Black Widow Vietnam. Black Widow movie Vietnam. Dreykov. Yeah, General Dreykov. They were explaining freaking Dreykov's freaking methods or like how the widows are like being able to like be mind controlled in this situation. It's just they have no control as to whatever this is going on, even though they are aware and everything that's going on. Their bodies move to the direction of freaking Dreykov, just like the freaking pig who like forget or like stop breathing. That's just how freaking crazy and the power it is that are towards these freaking women, to all the freaking widows, and they're all scared about it. And it was explained to the freaking pig, by the freaking pig, which is Alexi. Go home now. Go home. Uh, yes, it's like crazy as things. The way it was executed, the farmhouse execution was like really good. Well, it. I'll talk about it later, but first, you need to be I need to be able to like say much appreciation first before I'm able to like criticize, right? That was really good freaking parts about it. And okay. Uh what else? Uh What else am I talking about? Oh yeah, they were like captured now, and they were able to like go to the freaking red room, right? They were into the freaking red room, and there was a got in the red room. There were like different freaking things that are going on in this situation. But as they are trying to get out of the red room or trying to like be aware of the situation in the red room, we get to see the inner plan of freaking Melina as to why she betrayed everybody else, as to whatever this is going to happen. But this is her freaking plan. There's a plan to be able to like give a earpiece to Elena to be able to like talk to them as they were made aware of everything, right? As they grow up. And the craziest freaking part about this situation is Elena was about to get her head like cut open before she was able to like at the moment she was like understanding or hearing the freaking voices in their head or like getting the calls, right? And there's also another plan when it comes to Natasha. When it comes to Natasha, it's just she's just being brought into the freaking red room, but she is dressed up as freaking Milena. Like Milena and Natasha swapped freaking places, and like Milena was like uh kept in the freaking red room or in the prisons of in the small rooms or in the containment freaking rooms. I don't know what they call these freaking rooms. In the glass door rooms, right? In the freaking prisons, as they were being held prisoner by this freaking two. And so there was this situation because both of them. There's just a little bit of like crazy as well. So Melena's plan was to be able to like land. To the plan was to land the red room somewhere, and to turn on Natasha's freaking tracker so that like Ross would be like come running towards him, towards Natasha. And in this situation, yes, that was the freaking plan. But there are like crazy ass freaking things that are unfolding as the plans go by in this conversation or in this freaking fight in this situation that they're having. And so what's going on in this situation is that Natasha has been like made. He's been made that even though she's like acting up as Melina, she's like, oh, they already knew that she's like acting as Melina, and Melina there was able to like get having difficulties and the hacking down the situation. And then Elena's plan was to be able to like have the antidote, because the antidote was like given to her, and they were able to use the antidote to break out the rest of the freaking widows in the freaking room, in the widows in the place. So that was the situation. What is going on in this situation too is, okay, as the plan unfolds at the very very end, it's just really a bit confusing because we get to see which is much more prioritized in this situation. Is it the upholding of the freaking plan, or to give us a good time watching as the plan goes by, and to like really pull off like a really smart move, or to show that Melina is really that smart of a freaking player in this situation, right? The smarts in this play or in this final freaking showdown. But there are like freaking follies to her plan, and she was able to like move to situations left and right. Yeah, she wasn't able to like hack the entire freaking database, so she moved into one of the turbines. And as she moves into one of the turbines, she blew up all those freaking things. Like every the soldiers somehow did not fire at her because she's like a high ranking officer and all those freaking things, and blew up the turbine and survived all those freaking things. And now the entire red room is crashing down. As the red room is crashing down, we get to be able to see Dreykov like gloat at freaking Natasha of how freaking good or how freaking powerful he is, because he has this uh pheromone luck when it comes to like this kind of bullshit as freaking pheromone freaking luck towards towards Natasha, that she cannot harm him. There were like crazy ass freaking scenes in there, okay? When he lifts his freaking arm, like he was like bluffing on like hitting her, and she was like reacting all those freaking things. There are like crazy ass freaking bits and pieces there that really show how evil Dreykov is. right? How evil freaking Dracov is. We get to see her, we see one of the widows kill herself in the situation where Natasha was trying to help her and trying to like make one of the widows defect, right? She was like trying to approach one of the widows that would just like fell from the freaking things. She was trying to help her. In this freaking chase in Budapest, she was trying to help her, which is like kind of crazy because all that sent all those freaking. It was like, wait, we gotta end the freaking movie first, okay? We gotta end the movie first. So that was like freaking plans for freaking Dreykov, right? Plans for freaking Dreykov to be able to like do all those freaking things, and it shows how much of an evil mastermind he is supposed to be. Like how much of an evil mastermind he is in all this everything, and just like completely showing off to Natasha Romanov and just like showing an entire freaking thing that the key to the lock to the database is his fucking ring, which it can be removed. Like you don't have to do freaking harm, but you can touch him and freaking do some sleight of freaking hand towards a fucking person, which is kind of fucking dumb when you're like, you cannot do harm, but she can do that. She can do sleight of hand. She can steal. She can steal. She can steal shit, which is kind of stupid. Like for like a criminal freaking mastermind, which is kind of dumb because he's the one just like pulling the fucking strings, but the actual freaking mastermind is freaking Milena. So it kind of explains how fucking stupid Dreykov is, with just like a huge ass ego to be able to like be played. So she was able to do all those freaking things. She was able to play to Dreykov's freaking ego and was able to like say I'm not impressed in all those freaking things, but clearly all he wanted to do is impress a fucking Avenger. Uh, yeah, this situation, and it was like that, and she was like all the things on all to be able to like be able to get rid of the pheromone lock was to break the nerve in your freaking nose, which is kind of like crazy, which Natasha was able to freaking do and break her freaking nose because Dreykov couldn't hit hard enough because he's such a fucking bitch. Like she has to do it herself. He couldn't hit hard enough because he's such a fucking bitch. And that was Dreykov and Natasha's freaking situation in this thing. He like showed her entire the entire freaking database of every freaking widow agent out there that can be able to like tear down freaking nations, completely collapse freaking markets and everything else. And so the current freaking widows calls in the current freaking widows. While she broke the short freaking nose and like hitting him, he called in the rest of the freaking widows and was able to like run away and just scurry off, run away, and have the rest of the freaking widows fight Natasha. And in this situation, Yelena wasn't there to be able to like wasn't there on time to be able to like give the antidote. And how did she find out that? How the fuck did she find out? Oh, I don't understand. Like Natasha doesn't have a fucking earpiece. It was just complete luck in this situation. Luck and suspension of disbelief. Complete luck and suspension of disbelief. To be able to do that damn freaking thing, to be right on time to give the antidote to the rest of the widows at the freaking location or at the freaking office of Dreykov. I don't know how everybody got. I don't know how Yelena was able to do that, but she was able to do that. Yeah. I guess the plans were like she has an earpiece to Milena. Milena was able to like understand the freaking pieces and was able to like give probably in this situation, right? Was able to like give information or like deduce that if the widows are there, they're being called for something else, and where else would they be called to in this situation? If it's not towards Milena, or it's not towards Milena and freaking Red Guardian or like Alexi, It's towards Natasha, probably towards Natasha, because Alexei is preoccupied with the most preoccupied with the most powerful freaking soldier that they have, which is Taskmaster. Right, in this situation too, like Taskmaster was like there guarding Draco, but Draco sent Taskmaster for like Alexei, and Natasha was like, you shouldn't have like let the Taskmaster go there, and it was like that was the great unfolding of the pheromone knock, which is like okay, he has like more bullshit coming out to everything, and then the pheromone freaking lock was like hell they know about the pheromone freaking lock, so like Natasha was like trying to play this freaking game towards Draco. So in this situation they released all the freaking widows, and everybody is now trying to escape the freaking red room, get out the red room before it crashes down in the freaking before it crashes down. And yeah, in this situation they were like able to like lock in the taskmaster. They were able to meet the taskmaster. Like Alexei was able to meet the taskmaster by locking her in the one of the rooms, and she was just locked in there. Yeah, and as Alexei and Milena was like escaping, there like crazy as freaking things are going on. So everybody was like trying to go to the freaking ships, and for Natasha and Yelena to get into the freaking ships, what kind of things did they have to do? Oh, Natasha needed to be able to like stay a little bit more when it comes to like the freaking room to be able to gather all the freaking data, to like, collect all the freaking data. And it takes time, so they need like they weren't able to like escape rightly on the exact freaking time to be able to get on the freaking ship. She was like really reaching out, or like really rushing for like to get into the freaking ships. So she was able to like get it every freaking bit of data, because she can do sleight of hand. Took the freaking ring from Dracov, was able to open the freaking thing, that the entire desk, and like capture everything. Dracov wanted to go back, but he was not allowed to go back. And ran away with the freaking ship. So as they run away with the freaking ship, as Dracov runs away with the freaking ship, Yelena and Natasha were like trying to do some crazy ass freaking things when it comes to the red room, and like defying gravity and physics. All the things that they do. Yelena was able to like blow up the entire ship of like Draco's freaking ship. And as they were like falling down, or like Yelena was like they were trying to escape as much as they can, right? And different freaking situations, and then they found the situation that they needed. But before freaking that, Natasha stumbled upon the Taskmaster, who is like locked in this freaking cage. But she does like need to be able to like do that. Needs to be able to like she was like driven by freaking conscience, as yeah, because this Taskmaster is Draco's freaking daughter that they use. She is now, you can see her freaking burnt freaking face and all those freaking things that she has, but she doesn't have a mind of her own, because like she is like under the mind control of freaking Draco. And in this situation, there's no antidote for her, but there's like a little bit left that Natasha picked up when it comes to the antidote. But they were like really pushing for a lot of freaking things to happen here. And in this situation, she was able to like, oh, she opened the freaking door to be able to like escape with her. But then as she opens the freaking door, the freaking thing blew up. The ship blew up in the front of them, and they were separated. And so Natasha has to do some crazy ass freaking stunts to be able to like end up with Yelena in this freaking dock of the freaking a dock of a freaking ship that Draco was going into, that Draco ran into. And Yelena was able to like get on top of the freaking ship that Draco was into and like blow it up. And yeah, she blows Dracov up. She blows Dracov up in his freaking ship. And as this situation, it feels like a self-sacrifice for her to be able to like fall down, free fall from the freaking red room all the way to the freaking ground. But Natasha was able to like get a hold of a fucking parachute lying around and was able to like jump in and like reach out for her and give this freaking parachute towards her. And as she gives a parachute towards her, you see Taskmaster coming in for her. I'm like, bro, bro, do we really need all these freaking confrontations? It's like the setup for the confrontations, for these confrontations to be able to do, feels so fucking. It's just in this freaking movie, at this freaking point, I'm really stretching out my suspension for disbelief to be able to like really, really suspending my disbelief to just get through the freaking movie, to be able to like just, okay, Taskmaster is there. How did she find out? I don't fucking know, but she's just flying towards them. Maybe the explosion from Dracov's freaking thing, but there were explosions everywhere. How the fuck did she get in? Oh, maybe Dracov was like calling her, and Dracov has a freaking tracker and understanding, and she was like going to the tracker towards Dracov because Dracov was like ordering her to protect her, and she came into the situation late, and so the freaking ship blew up, and understand that her new targets now are these freaking two, right? Probably that's what freaking happened, right? That's what fucking happened, but it couldn't be able to be shown in the freaking movie because there's not enough freaking screen time for everything else to be explained perfectly. Okay, that freaking happened. Suspension of disbelief. I am suspending my disbelief by gaslighting myself and all those freaking things in this situation. And like saying all those freaking things. And so, as I suspend my disbelief, Taskmaster comes flying through towards Natasha and Yelena in the parachute, and then Natasha needs to like let go of freaking Yelena because she knows she is the freaking target. And yeah, they fight in the air, and as they fight in the air, they blew up the Natasha was able to like open up Taskmaster's freaking parachute as before they go into the ground, and was able to like was able to hinder their freaking fall and be able to like create enough freaking lift and yeah, for them to be able to like fall quite easily into the freaking ground, and they was like fighting again. And in this situation, she was able to like get the mask off of the Taskmaster and was able to like introduce the antidote towards Taskmaster, and it was able to like say, this is your life now, live on your own, and all those freaking things, because somehow we need Taskmaster to be able to be seen as not just a true villain, but somebody who can turn to their freaking side, which is like somebody who's like really needed, or like somebody who's like eating at Natasha's freaking conscience. There are like a lot of crazy things when it comes to this freaking movie, and all those freaking things are it. And so, that's the freaking end of the fucking movie. They were able to like let go and get like leave towards each other, and then that's the last time Natasha ever saw Yelena, because Yelena was able to like work with the freaking other widows to be able to like get everybody out of the freaking thing to defect. Natasha left. They all parted separate ways. Alexei and Milena like went somewhere else, and that's everything for the movie. Okay. And now for my take when it comes to like freaking disbelief, like when it comes to like your super soldier, your super soldier or like Taskmaster being used for very very important missions. She was used to be able to like go and take the freaking thing. And what's Taskmaster on the Budapest? Was Taskmaster in Budapest? I don't see Taskmaster. All I see is like a bunch of freaking widows. Yeah, Taskmaster. We don't see Taskmaster. Oh yeah, we see Taskmaster. Taskmaster is like driving the fucking ATV. All-terrain vehicle. Oh yeah. Taskmaster was the all-terrain vehicle. Okay. That's actually pretty fleshed out. Oh my god. Like crazy as freaking disbelief when it comes to things too. But there were like craziest conversations when they have like Natasha being a poser who likes to pose, and then that was the craziest introduction, because I want to be something more than just a freaking killing machine or just being somebody who kills, and I tried to do this to be able to like somehow like uh do be more than that, right? To not just be one faceted freaking thing. And then Elena tries it and she was like, ew, disgusting. There are crazy as action scenes here. Yeah. So that's the entire freaking movie. And to Doomsday freaking prep it. There's nothing much to Doomsday freaking prep it. But to prep it for Thunderbolts. This is like a good as prep for freaking Thunderbolts because we understand Natasha and Yelena and Alexei. But we don't see a lot of Melina. We're like, what happened to Melina after this freaking one? Like where is she now? Is she like in the Avengers freaking compound? Who's she working with? We don't know. I don't know much yet. But this is a good setup for like Thunderbolts and Thunderbolts. Being set up for like crazy ass things that are happening because not everything seems to be well connected to everything. It feels like this is a movie that is just for the sake of Black Widow having a movie and for like gathering in. They're really trying to target freaking women into the superhero freaking genre and having like women enjoy it. But where have I seen like? I see other people are like into the freaking things. I'm glad they were able to like be able to like done it. Was it like were they well represented and all those freaking things? I don't freaking know. I don't have a say in it. But all I can say is there are like crazy ass freaking things in here that I need to suspend my disbelief so freaking much just for like a lot of freaking things to be able to pull off. Just to be able to for the filmmakers to be able to like send a certain freaking messaging or send a lot of freaking things in this situation, right? A lot of freaking suspension of disbelief in this like yeah, they weren't like for a movie that's supposed to be able to just be grounded and have no freaking supers. Seems like for a movie it's supposed to be grounded and have no freaking supers. It feels like they're doing superhero freaking shit still. Like it's supposed to be grounded on freaking reality and be able to like have power levels kind of like nerfed a little freaking bit, but it seems like they're doing some crazy ass superhero freaking shit to pull off to pull off and was able to like get out of freaking situations. It doesn't seem like they've written it doesn't seem in this situation there isn't like creativity enough to be able to like really ground them into like create physical to be able to ground them in the physicality or in the situation that they are in to make it much more believable and for them to be able to still pull off some crazy ass freaking cool ass shit even if it's like grounded much more in reality and still be able to do all those things because I'm like really suspending my disbelief at this situation like yeah because it seems like what do you call this the pheromone freaking lock that was just like the pheromone freaking lock he stink like he stank so freaking much he stank like smelling him it's just like crazy as insane that makes you not want to harm him at all. Taskmaster should have been like much more like integrated in this situation. Their fight with Alexi doesn't seem like shown much more because we needed to be able to like give more screen time as to Draco's freaking plan. There is just crazy ass freaking things that are cut out, probably cut out in there to just really flesh out the entire freaking plot. And to have a runtime of like 2 hours or something. Yeah, it was like somehow difficult to be able to like still have this situation being able to be seen like that. Like we don't see Taskmaster leading the freaking thing because everybody else is being controlled by freaking Draco. So whatever the operation is that it's going on, it's just being led by freaking Draco, and Draco's still understanding things. Like Taskmaster in this situation and like fighting Natasha. Yeah, it's a great escalation of like things too. It got escalated very well, but as it was like the prison escape scene and the avalanche and things in there. It's just like they seem to be able to write love because they write things like that to be able to be seen as cool, or like really cool ass freaking shots coming from these freaking women, or like coming up from these freaking people. And it seems nice. It seems very well executed, or like really good as execution of like how cool or how like badass they seem to be able to be seen in it. And yeah, it is. It's kind of is, but it's just like for me, I have to suspend my disbelief to be able to like appreciate it. I don't know why, because like I've seen like other freaking situations or like other action movies. Yeah, yeah, because the raid is still like one of my best freaking things to be able to like see as like action when it comes to current action movies right now. The raid, and there's like this freaking new movie that's coming out that is like made by the people who made the raid, and yeah, like those kinds of freaking actions. But like when it comes to freaking actions too, uh the actions and freaking stunts, we have Shang-Chi, who was like really good when it comes to like freaking stunts that they were able to do. um what else? Shang-Chi. Within the Marvel universe, we have the Netflix freaking Daredevil, man. Netflix Daredevil is still like when it comes to like things powered down, like completely just human to human freaking things, and just pushing those freaking parts, like those things. John Wick was like the first John Wick was crazy insane. The first John Wick was crazy insane, and like it feels like some of the action that is done in here feels campy and outdated when you're a person who watched all of those freaking things. It doesn't seem to uphold or like come up to the freaking standard that you have like set up for yourself, or like be able to like see in all those freaking things, which is like those things are really really hard to pull off. Is it because woman? No, it's not because it's woman. It's because time and length for each budget and for each freaking sequence. Sometimes you only have like these kinds of freaking stunts for these freaking sequences because you don't have enough freaking time. Like the way things were freaking handled in this situation, probably. If you don't have like a clear direction, they're like, running out of freaking time. It was like still good though. Still good. I give it a 7. A good 7, 6, 6, 8. A 6-8. A good 6-8. Because it's still freaking good. I'm still like taken by its emotional freaking beats, but not that much. And there are like crazy ass freaking things. The first freaking parts were like crazy. The first freaking parts were really freaking good, and up until the Alexi freaking part. The Alexi freaking part is just like completely suspending my disbelief, and for everything, like somehow I have like something when it comes to these freaking things. Like somehow, why do you need men to look fucking stupid? To look fucking stupid and to act like fucking pigs to empower women. Like somehow, like why? Why do we need like someone when it comes to this freaking kind of conversation or this freaking kind of like direction that everybody else is doing? Why do you need to take us down to that freaking level for you to be able to elevate yourselves? Is it like a reflection of like an actual be able to like show, or like a take back, or like a bawi, or like something to be like, is it a something to show that this is what men freaking do and all those freaking things, but we don't have we don't have like a good example of like one actually good man freaking do and all those freaking things. But like when it comes to the women empowerment shit after the Me Too freaking movement, we do get all of that. We have this kind of like messaging that we're having in this situation. This is the only thing that we're able to like. These are my only complaints in this situation. Why do we need to be able to like taken down into those freaking levels for you to be able to like empower yourselves? Like why not like stand beside freaking great freaking men instead? like have great and have like examples of great freaking men and great women in like in the situations, and not taking down the other freaking sex in this situation just for you to be able to like look good. Uh, there are like a lot of freaking crazy ass freaking things that are like that, especially when it comes to Disney, and how Disney like decides to be able to like tackle this freaking situation, or like tackle this freaking kind of like agenda, or this kind of like yeah, this kind of like push. They're pushing for women empowerment and all those freaking things in their freaking movies, but like they do this, and it's just hard to be able to like find examples of like, oh, this is like really good. Like Captain Marvel was good because you have like Captain Marvel was actually good. Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel was good, but damn that freaking part when it comes to like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was good at this one. I can say Captain Marvel was good at this one when it comes to like showing all those freaking things and trying to like pushing for equality and all those freaking things, right? Yeah, Captain Marvel was good at like showing freaking her like being over those freaking things, right? Uh, like some because she's already way too freaking overpowered in that situation, in those freaking scenes. Yeah, you just have to like be able to like say all those freaking messaging and all those situations too, to be able to like show that. I mean, yeah, you gotta show all those freaking things too, not completely. You know what? I don't know. I don't know anything else. That's just the only thing that I was able to like see, or like somehow like was able to observe. There are like things like that. There are things like that. There are like crazy ass situations too. It's not just because of like there are many conversations in these places. What I can say is it's not just about who you are. Like there are things that because who you are like gives you a disadvantage, or those a disadvantage of what you can do, and that's not equating completely. And those are the things that we're trying to like level out and trying to normalize and be able to like see and understand and be made aware of that we're freaking doing, and to be able to like stop freaking doing. But also in this situation, by doing all those freaking things, by somehow making made aware of all those freaking things, you're somehow also like the way you made things aware of those freaking things, it feels as if it's misandry. Yeah, like somehow when it comes to like we somehow to like the response to misogyny, or like the things that are like going on is misandry. Like somehow like all you need that like to strive for freaking equality is misandry, and it's just not a way to be able to like somehow coexist and somehow be able to like understand all of these things. And yes, we know it's freaking wrong, but fuck I don't. That's the stretch that I can freaking do right now because my brain is freaking fried from fucking walking. Wait, and the fucking music is just not helping. It's not help. It's not helping. And yeah, that's about Black Widow Doomsday Prep. Then anything else that's being Doomsday Prep around here is Melina. Melina is I don't know what they're trying to write Melina off as something. But I think the important freaking people, Yelena and freaking Alexei, this freaking two, we get to see probably more in Doomsday. Yeah. Whatever it is that they need to do is just crazy insane. And the introduction of so many more heroes. I don't know. It's a good Disney prep, but it's a good freaking movie for freaking Marvel, though. It's still good. Not the best, no, but it's just, yeah. I don't know what the fuck did I say for the past 10 minutes. The last freaking 10 minutes, I don't know what the fuck what I was saying. I haven't like completely. No, know. It feels like sometimes it's like a double standard too, right? Yeah, but it doesn't show here. But the thing that I'm trying to show here somehow make it the thing that they're trying to show here in this situation, but because the only good male freaking character. No, there's a good male freaking character. The agent, the guy, the plug. I forgot about the plug guy, the English guy. Yes, the plug. The plug is like seems like a good freaking dude, good freaking bloke. Yeah, I'm probably wrong with whatever it is that I said for the past 10 minutes. I'm probably wrong. I'm sorry about that. Cut that shit out. Cut that thing off. And I'm freaking done. And because of this, I end up glazing. I end up glazing Captain Marvel. Fuck. And I'm glazing Captain Marvel now. Oh no. There are situations like that. Probably there are like quotes and lines when it comes to this situation. But yeah, I'm trying to do this doomsday prep. And that's the prepping for Black Widow. Okay. What if it's next? What if it's next actually freaking good? Because like first episode we get to see how Sharon Carter becomes Captain Carter. they not they don't call her Captain UK. Captain England, but Captain Carter. Yeah, Captain Carter. Captain Carter, Steve Rogers. Like, what if that's actually really good? Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Yeah, actually,